have a special guest, I think. Who's Kai?
Okay, welcome to this video. I'm going to be reacting to a vlog by Kai Trump. My background is I'm a former MTV, BBC Channel 4 ITV freelance TV director in the UK, specialising in reality TV. So I'm quite accustomed to working in reality TV, producing, directing and overseeing the editing. So I hope you're going to, in this video, find some useful tips to apply to your own videos. A lot of YouTube, I think, does follow actually TV conventions. This video does. So there's a lot to be learned from watching other people's videos, and hopefully you'll pick up a few tips. Before I go on, I want to point out I do have a weekly newsletter. I call it the Viewsletter. You can sign up for free. There's a link in the description. Sign up there and I give weekly video creation tips and tricks. So without further ado, let's move on. So if you've never heard of Kai Trump, and you are forgiven, well, Kai Trump is, and I'm going to read it from Wikipedia, born May 12, 2007, the eldest daughter of Donald Trump Jr. and Vanessa Hayden, meaning she is the eldest grandchild of the 45th and the 47th United States President.
Hi, Donald John Trump.
Kai is a competitive golfer and she's committed to playing for the University of Miami's women's golf team in 2026. Kai is also a growing influencer and we're going to be checking out one of her vlogs. So here we are, here's her channel, and she is growing very quickly, as you might expect. She's at 1.08 million subscribers as I record this, and some of her videos have really popped off, okay? For example, watching a rocket launch at SpaceX with Elon Musk. So you've got space, Elon Musk, Kai Trump. It's a winning recipe. Also, her election night vlog got a lot of media coverage. Obviously, having that access behind the scenes of the Trump family and being able to feature her grandpa, as you can see in this video. My grandpa became the president again, 4.4 million views. It's kind of handy, right? But anyway, let's dive into another video I want to look at. So I thought, rather than going for one of those super viral ones, which are kind of exceptional, I'll go for one of her more basic vlog style videos. This one, Gym, Golf and Glam, a day with Kai Trump. It's still doing well, nearly 400K after only 8 days.
I work out every single day.
I did it!
I don't count that.
This time, I'm gonna win. Watch this.
Oh shit.
That just killed someone on the tee box.
Okay, you get the drift. So this style of video is much more like you might call old school YouTube. Very similar to reality TV style. There is a bit of a trend right now for lo-fi vlogging, like Sam Sulek to name one, where it's literally they pick up the camera in the morning, they just film their day, they talk a lot. There's not a lot of fuzz cutting, there's not a lot of flash forwards, flashbacks, crazy stuff going on. That is a trend, but this style is much more in keeping with like the reality TV style that I was used to making. And right at the start, you have the coming up section. If you want to grab people's attention right at the start of a vlog, it's a no-brainer really for this kind of video to show what is going to be coming up, to hook your viewer in those vital first few seconds. If you just start off in your car, unless you have got that kind of style of video, it's going to be hard to grab people's attention. And if you've got lots of great stuff coming up later in the video, will they actually get that far in your video?
I don't know, I hope not. This is like my home course. Like when I come here, I feel like home, you know?
You know what we were saying on the range about how if you start off bad, it's a good thing?
No. Kai, we're off to a great start.
It's always a good thing.
Even that technique there, music under this coming up section, and then it just goes silent cuts, and then you have a line there from the male golfer there. So that silence accentuates the next line. It adds a kind of comedy value to it.
You know what we were saying on the range about how if you start off bad, it's a good thing?
No. Kai, we're off to a great start.
Okay, there you go again. So music, line, back into the music. They're using captions or big text here, a bit like Mr. Beast style really. So you can read it if you've got the volume low, you can read what they're saying, and it's not subtitled or captioned the whole video, just at the top. Catch your attention. If you're just browsing, you're going to get the gist of what's coming up. So that's all very useful. And now it blends into this scene back in her house. There are several scenes here. There's her in a house, if I can remember it rightly. I've watched this once before. In the car, in the Tesla, of course. And then on the golf course. And then there's a scene doing some makeup, getting ready for an advertising shoot later on. So there's quite a few scenes in this. Not a huge amount of scenes, but enough to keep the momentum going. That's important as well, having enough going on in your vlog to make it actually interesting.
Throughout the day though, I drink like 400 milligrams of caffeine. I just can't do it all at once. All at once like shocks you, you know?
You ever dry scoop it?
No.
Don't.
I dry scoop like
I'll just make a point here, and I'm not trying to pull this video to pieces. I think it's pretty decent. Obviously, the audio levels are a bit off. The camera person here, and I want to point out here, of course, this is a vlog where you've actually got a crew present. Probably a one-man crew. I don't think they've got a sound recordist. So it's a bit different to filming the vlog yourself. I will cover a vlogger who self-films it. This is obviously with a friend or a professional. I'm not exactly sure. Somebody that's operating the camera. What's nice about that is you do get this bounce off between the camera operator and Kai. So the camera operator's role is actually more than that. It's actually sometimes posing a question or making a comment, and that can really help things flow along. It's not just isolated one person talking all the time. It gives a variety of voice, and this camera operator can actually ask questions that you as the content creator may have forgotten to talk about. So it can actually be great to bounce off somebody who's behind the camera. In this case, I think his audio is a little bit loud. He's probably got an on-camera mic there. And I don't think she's wearing a lavalier at this point, maybe later. So her audio is a little thin. His is really deep, really big. So I would always suggest in this situation to use a wireless mic on her, try and even out the audio levels.
creatine and all those, but not the workout. Okay, 14 grams. Look how big that scooper is. We're in the Cybertruck right now. It's like adjusting its height. I don't know why it does it.
Pink, or is it just preference?
Well, I just chose the pink one inside because like it looks cool, but on the outside it's not pink. Maybe you don't. Maybe for a video we can wrap it pink like that.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was saying. So there you have the camera operator asking a question, and it helps prompt Kai to say something. There's no exterior shots. I guess they don't want to show the number plate for sure. I'm not sure why. I would have liked to see the exterior of this Cybertruck. But on the other hand, it's fast, so we get into the car very quickly, which can be a good thing. We don't want to always see somebody coming out of the house. It's probably super private and restricted to show the house anyway. We don't see people coming out of the house. We don't need to see that if it's you. We don't need to see you getting in the car unless it's useful. We don't need to see a lot between these scenes unless it would visually enhance it. I think her opening the car door of a Cybertruck from the side angle would be interesting because the Cybertruck looks pretty crazy. In that case, I would have used it, but generally you don't need to have a lot of filler shots leading up to things.
Today we're gonna go to my trainer Alex, who you guys all know. And then we are going to the golf course to film with Good. We're gonna do Bryson's Break 50, but better. Yeah. Me and Garrett taking the whole thing. And we're gonna actually film the behind the scenes of it because we're gonna do a video for their channel.
Kai and Garrett versus Sean and Mo.
And then Garrett's gonna do a video for my channel afterwards.
So this is interesting. This is now a flash forward. We often think about flashbacks in movies, a flashback, but a flash forward is interesting because it's again exciting people about what's coming up. Having just watched all this, I'm just wondering, could they have just cut out all of this beginning, this coming up section at the beginning that I talked about? This bit in the kitchen is not that interesting if I'm perfectly honest. Could it have begun in the Tesla where she says, okay, today we're going to ... It could have got into it much faster. We could have maybe saved over a minute here and literally got into she's in the car or gets into the car very quickly. In the car, today, what are we doing? And then the flash forward acts as the coming up because it's a bit repetitive, right? The coming up and the flash forward. Just an idea.
Elon got this one for me because they didn't make it at the time. My grandpa like got me one. He got me like the souped up version, so it's 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. Like my dad's is, I think his car is like 3.2 seconds or whatever.
Handy, isn't it? Getting a Tesla from Elon, be able to talk about that. Very, very handy.
We're here. Let's go. Nothing in it, just cool.
Okay, now we're in the gym. Again, there was no entrance shot. Because we didn't see one before, I would have quite liked to see her go through the door, get in, say, hi guys, just something to transition. It's a little bit too like claustrophobic. We're in the car, now we're in the gym. So maybe they couldn't get a shot without getting signs in due to security issues. I really don't know.
That's disgusting. That's really gross. I don't like that. So I'm making AP roll my hamstrings and shit hurts, but guess what? I don't do a great job at it. I'm improved.
We got 50% the other day.
In that section, I think it'd be better to say, why are you there? What's the routine you're doing? Give some why at this point so that it's clear, like, why does she go to the gym? If you're coming to this video fresh, you don't know much about her golf background, at all. You might want to wonder why she's doing this, you know, so professionally. What's the point? So I would like a little bit of a section there, or not a section, just a few seconds explaining what's the purpose of the gym here for her, what's the mission today. Just something, I think you need these signposts throughout the video to keep the narrative going, keep the narrative strong.
Alex, I did it!
I don't count that.
What?
66%. We'll get there.
Okay, Alex, I did it the first
That
time.
was good. That was way better than
You guys decide in the comment section. Did I do it the first time? I think so.
I mean, that's a good little scene there, lots of emotion, energy there. Also, it's quite good to ask your viewers to comment during a scene, because it sort of initiates that conversation, gives people a reason to comment, directs people to comment. And of course, as you all know, having more comments shows that people are liking your video, and YouTube likes that.
It's so weird. I've never thrown this way.
In a match, what are you doing later?
Well, yeah, it's like a 1v1.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see like the posing routine or something after the workout.
What do you got? What do you know?
I don't pose.
No?
Again, in that section, it is really tricky doing audio. What do you do here? Possibly, because I used to do that as well. I used to self-shoot TV, reality TV. I used to have camera crews, but sometimes some shows had a low budget, so I had to self-shoot it myself. Or certain scenes when the camera crew were off in the evenings, for example, early mornings, the directors in the UK would have to actually film it themselves. When you've got a situation like this, I mean, my instinct would be to put a wireless mic on Kai and on her trainer. They're the main two characters in this scene, so we get clear audio. Plus, it would eliminate some of that background sound, that background music as well. In which case, if you're the camera person also talking, I think it would probably pick up on their mics if you're close enough. But I think they're the important characters here, so I would tend to put wireless mics on both of those people. If, however, you've got a main character and you've got other people who might jump in, you might have the trainer, you might have their assistant. So one person is the main character, but others may talk. That's really hard. What I would do is I would put a wireless mic on the main person. I'd have an onboard mic to capture the other people, and I'd try and get in as close as I could to try and match up the audio. If they spoke and they were far away, it wouldn't be great. You'd have to ask them to maybe repeat it, get in close so you can actually capture their audio. If you've got a sound recorder, it's a whole different kettle of fish. They can have one mic on the two talents. They can have a boom mic separately, and boom mic anybody else that starts talking. So they're going to have a recorder that can record these three different sources, the two wireless mics and the boom, onto separate tracks, potentially on their recorder. And then later, the editor will have all of these tracks available to them. That's if you happen to be able to afford a sound recordist.
Alex makes me skip in the gym. I'm not skipping today.
Get up. Too much out. I want more up.
That was good. I like that scene. She's saying, I'm not skipping today. Next, she's skipping. So that's just like fast editing, tight cut, just works. Sometimes when you trim things down really tight, no build up in between, it just works really well. It just bounces off each other.
If we didn't do any of this, I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Golf swing is the end goal.
Appreciate it.
That's a great line. That's why she's doing it. It's for her golf. Now, that's what I'm saying. I'd like to hear that further up top, a little bit about her golfing routine. And it did occur to me, again, it's more work and it might not be what they want to go for, but sometimes having an interview, like a sit-down interview to cut into these scenes, works really well, because you can see the footage, reflect back on what's missing, and then do a sit-down interview where she says, I go to the gym 4 times a week, and the reason I go is because ... and then she could talk about her trainer. I really like my trainer because he really pushes me to my limits. So you could have a sit-down interview and intercut that with this footage, and it would strengthen the storyline, strengthen the narrative.
I'm done. My body's good.
Good. Don't touch it.
So that training's like functional training?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I work out every single day. And every single day when I work out, I don't really do the functional training. I do more of, like, lifting for, like, strength.
There you go. It comes in the car scene after the gym, but we don't know about it before. So sometimes these little chats in the car are really useful. If I was doing a show where I was going to do sit-down interviews, this would prompt me to ask her this question and to talk about this in a sit-down interview. I could then cut in to the sequence much earlier on and intercut it with the gym scene. But these bits are very useful, but they don't always need to be used in the reality style. They could be used as a sit-down interview.
With a Tail Me Miami cover.
Got the Miami drip. So how much does the wind affect your game?
Honestly, in golf, a big amount. wind is not your friend out here, especially today and on this course. It's not fun.
This is great. So we see finally something between the scenes. It doesn't just jump and she's on the golf course. We see her getting out of the car. And it's a great question about how much does the wind affect your game? Because obviously it looks windy. So little nuggets in there. I'm not entirely clear the audience here. I'm sure the audience is not all golfers. I'm sure it's just fans of Kai as an influencer who are watching this, giving the average viewer, but also wannabe golfers, little tidbits of information. I think it's actually a good move.
I had my trainer today because I have a bad back, so I have to get moving right. But I'm ready for today.
That's a great sound cut, because the sound of those balls is interesting. It alerts you, it wakes you up a little bit. So yeah, nice cut to a sound shot.
Tell people about your fit.
Yeah, so I'm wearing a Grayson skirt, Grayson shirt, Adidas shoes. That's fit.
Doing a fit check is something a lot of vloggers do. This is great. I don't know if any of those brands are sponsors of Kai, but if you want to get sponsors happy, engaged, thinking about you to sponsor, then having a fit check, mentioning brands in your video, you can't go wrong with that, can you? And it just fits smoothly into that scene, really transitions into it nicely. It's not out of the blue at all.
So what's happening right now? Or just go into the trees. Let's go.
I like the quick cutting there to change the pace of the video. If the video is just plodding along at the same pace, just adding a few quick cuts changes the pace, changes the style, and wakes up your viewer.
Oh my God. We're even right now. We're good.
Yeah, this.
Me and Garrett taking the whole thing. You heard that? Me and Garrett? Yeah, whole thing.
What's not entirely clear to me is what is the challenge here. I know it's not her video they're filming, but I would have liked to have known what are they actually doing, like who's against who, how many holes are they playing, just something a little bit more narration, a little bit more structure as to what they were doing. Again, that could have been done in the sit-down interview, or the camera person could have dragged her aside and say, just explain what's going on here exactly. What are you doing? What kind of game are you playing? How do we know who's won? That kind of thing. These are really nice shots, getting the camera low. Great.
No, that's money. Good shit.
Just on that shot, you can see
No, that's money.
a jump cut. So there was no zoom in on him. In the edit, they've just spliced it and zoomed in during the edit. Obviously, there's a bit of resolution, a bit of sharpness. But if you haven't got a variety of shots, just cut into it when you're editing it, just to give that shot variety.
Good job. Steve, great job. You shocked me while you were driving. It was amazing.
Good match.
Always have endings. So again, well done for capturing this, because you always want to get the beginning of the scene, the arrival, the hello, hi, and the end. You know, you don't want to be, as a camera person, off in the toilet or something in the bushes during these critical scenes, because you want an ending to the scene and they're hugging each other, saying goodbye. It's just a natural end to the scene. You always want to be around and recording during these natural end points.
Right now, I'm getting my hair and makeup done for my Grayson photo shoot, and this is like my first shoot with Grayson, and this is like when we're going to announce it that I'm officially partnered with them.
This was pretty abrupt. Do you think this is good or not? The next day, suddenly, I mean, what about having a time lapse of the sun rising? You see that a lot in series like Selling Sunset on Netflix. So even if you cannot film her getting up, you don't want to see that really, you don't want to see the house or anything like that, but even just having a stock footage of sunrises, or you go out one day and shoot lots of B-roll of palm trees in the wind. And I tell you what's a really good show for that is White Lotus has amazing B-roll to fill in between the different scenes. So if you went out and shot lots of B-roll, you could be using this in every vlog to show the transition of time here.
Let me just throw on some makeup real fast. It takes me literally like 5 minutes, and then like I'll just do my hair straight and be like, I'm ready to go. And I didn't realize like a whole photo shoot, like we actually have to like look nice and like do like different hairstyles. Like I was not aware of that, but you know, here we are.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yep.
We're gonna do it.
So that's what we're gonna do.
That's good, setting the scene in advance. Why is she here? What they're gonna do? What are her fears? What are her hopes? Anything like that to set up the scene gives it much more meaning.
Yeah, we're just gonna, like you enhanced.
Like 4 hours to sleep, so like I'm just tired. I watched the Final Four yesterday, so I watched TCU first, TCU versus Texas.
I guess they're talking about golf. I don't know. If they're not, forgive me. Like there, in the editing, I would have tried to get a close-up in there just to make it more interesting. So we've got this lady working with her hands through the hair using spray. That's something that if this conversation went on a long time, too long, you could say, you know, you've got what she said that's important. Now you can just focus on close-ups. Like you could ask the hairstylist could you do that spray again? Could you just ruffle your hands through her hair and just get some close-ups just to break it up, make it more visually interesting. Obviously the priority is to get what she's saying, but that's going to be still picked up on your wireless mic. So you don't have to zoom in straight away, but if you know you're going to get more chances later, then get those cutaway shots and use them earlier.
Ready to go. I appreciate it.
That was nice. So we have this conversation going on between people. If you can hear a plane, by the way, now do apologise. I live near the airport, but I'm not going to stop. So yeah, a bit of banter going on in the room, and then a music change and some fast shots. Again, I love that. It just breaks up the scene, makes it more interesting, moves the video along, keeping the vlog always moving. Now she's back on the course. I think it's doing it for some marketing campaign.
So right now I'm wearing the Orion tank and Phoenix joggers.
Nicely shot. And another change of music style, which works really well. Thank you for watching. And there you go. Is there a coming up? I think there is.
You guys convinced Kai to finally let me back, so I appreciate all of you.
I haven't seen you so long.
Wow. Okay, looks like basketball's next. Going to a basketball match. So yes, coming up, keeping the audience thinking, wow, I want to keep watching this. I might want to subscribe. Call to action there to subscribe, and I want to see what happens next in the life of Kai Trump. So there you go. Hope you found this useful. I'm trying to be very positive about this. I think it's overall really, really well done. Hope I've offered a few useful tips, and if you're fairly new to vlogging, and you may be able to use some of these tips in your own vlogging and other videos you may be making as well. So thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Bye for now.